Hey, it's Steve, and this is the first ever World Gone Good Cutting Room Floor bonus content. Content. I came up with that title myself. Sometimes I get too much stuff to put in the regular episodes. This would be one of those sometimes. So here, enjoy. It's a little extraness of myself and my buddy Barry J. We're chatting it up all about our three favorite good scary movies. We'll go back and forth. What are your top three horror movies of all time? You give one and I'll give one. Go.
Okay, easy. And I was discussing it today with the AC Fix-It guy. Um, no, he literally came in and we were wearing masks. Actually, he was the plumbing guy. My apologies. We had two people here today. And he was great. And one of the masks was Night of the Living Dead. So that's the answer to your question. And he loves the movie. And I actually ordered two Night of the Living Dead hats by accident from Fright Rags, and I gave him one of it.
Aww.
And he was like it was Christmas. And we talked. I showed him my autographed framed picture of George Romero and my Night of the Living Dead stuff that I have. It is so ahead of its time. What George Romero sacrificed and invested in himself to make it has always inspired me. To have Dwayne Johnson as the lead, a black man in 1968, right after Martin Luther King was assassinated, to lead this movie was George Romero didn't even realize he just picked the right actor, which is the way it should be. But to me, it was groundbreaking. It was the birth of the zombie, even though they never used the word in the movie. It is without a doubt one of my masterclass go-to movies for horror.
Well, one for me that speaks to me because we're both writers and it really affected me as a child and in the writing, and I kind of did something, an homage, if you will. There's a movie called The Changeling with George C.
Mm,
Scott,
yes.
which is one of my top three horror movies of all time. It's more of a thriller, but it is scary as fuck. And it is so chilling, his performance. And he's in it with his then wife at the time, who plays a realtor. There's only a handful of characters in this movie, but it is a
Mm-hmm.
simple ghost story with such a great twist and so many great turns and performances, and he's so terrific in it. And it's the littlest of things where he'll walk out of a room and they'll keep the really long angle, a wide angle of the shot, and the blurred in the background blurred because it's not a focus.
Mm-hmm.
The door will open and then it racks itself and clears up and you see the door open on its own, kind of a movie, but then it builds and builds and builds. That to me, that movie terrified me as a child. I watched that on the East Coast on Long Island at the like 4:30 movie with my sister. She was like, "Have you ever seen this? Oh my god, it's amazing!" It was like 1982 or 81. Scared the living shit out of me.
I mean, yeah, it's classic horror. It
Yeah,
is such an eerie ghost story, and it peels itself like an onion. The layers just keeps more and more as he goes deeper into what the story is, and he's phenomenal. He's a
he's so
phenomenal
good.
actor. Oh, he's so good, and it is beautifully shot. It's
Oh my,
just
it's
so
old. It's old 1940s shot.
yes,
It's
yes.
so like majestic. And there is a fire at the end of that movie, and this it's got to be a stunt double, but and I'm sure we're in a set. But this person walks up this stairwell while it falls out behind him. Real fire. This isn't CGI. This isn't green screen, and it's insane. I'm like, who agreed to do that stunt?
Somebody who loves horror. The opening, it grabs you right, oh my God, right
Yeah,
at the beginning.
yeah. Because it's a great
Like,
setup. It's a perfect setup.
great setup.
Sets them up in 60 seconds, and you go, okay, I got it. What's another one for you?
Oh, it's the other go to, and it's neck and neck with Night of the Living Dead. It is the original John Carpenter's Halloween.
Oh yeah, that's mine
From
too.
my father who did not go to the movies, and I have only one memory, two memories ever in my life of my father at the movies, and one of them is him taking me to Halloween. Now, not to get into the dad thing, but we weren't the closest growing up. And I still, looking back, have no clue how I got him to take me underage to, not that underage, but
Right.
underage to
Sure.
see Halloween. I remember looking. I was terrified, and I remember looking over at him, and he looked terrified.
Wow.
People were screaming at the screen when she dropped the knife, and he's behind her, and it was the first experience I had of people yelling at the character on the screen. The music, the 5/4 time, the point of view camera, the simplicity of the story, the look of Michael Myers, the performance of Jamie Lee Curtis. And obviously, to her mom, to see, that be passed down, I was like, oh, it's a whole new chapter. And it was everything to me. That to me was like horror film school. And it still is. I still go back to that movie and I learn something like every time I watch it.
Now, I'll tell you one thing about the movie that you'll never look at it the same way again. So when Jamie Lee Curtis runs across the street and she's, Tommy, Tommy, wake up, and she throws the plant, the little plant up and thing, she's banging on the door, she's banging on the door, she's banging on the door. The doorknob is on the right. When Tommy opens the doorknob is on the left. I've ruined Halloween for you. You will never unsee it. I noticed this.
Oh
when
my God.
I was a kid, and I'm like, the doorknob just moved because it was a set.
I'm going to go look at that scene now after we're done. What always got me about that scene? It's from the first, and like I loved it because there was so much tension. But I thought, isn't he to her by now?
What's your big third? What's your trifecta on a perfect night of horror?
Oh, it's hard because I'm a franchise fanatic. And I like the originals, of course, of each. It's going to be neck and neck with Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street. And I go back and forth.
Sure.
I mean, it's just hard. Those are just, my room is covered in these 4 movies. So I just have such a love affair with each of them for their own reasons.
Yeah, Freddy was fun, much like fun. And much like, like I Know What You Did Last Summer. I cheat a little bit. I cheat because it's not technically a Halloween themed movie. It's a 4th of July themed movie, but it's a horror movie, and that's Jaws. And Jaws is probably one of my all-time favorite movies of all time. But it is my all-time horror movie favorite. It's so brilliant in that. The scares in that are so good, and the jumps in that are so good, and the unknown is what is so fucking scary.
Oh, the unknown is terrifying. Have you seen Creature from the Black Lagoon?
The original?
Yes.
I don't know that I've ever seen the original.
Okay, so when you watch the original, but Jesse, you will after I tell you this.
Sure.
There is a shot underwater with the gal swimming, and we see her legs and the creature coming up on her, and it's like, son of a bitch.
Yeah,
I bet he got this shot idea right here because it's shot just like it.
Well, he ripped off Hitchcock the entire fucking movie. I mean, like it was, and he admits to it. I've seen him in interviews admit to it that he was a Hitchcock fan and he shot it like Hitchcock. And he also, when he took it over, because Peter Benchley wrote it and they had another director, he brought in Carl Gottlieb. I can't believe I'm remembering these names. Carl Gottlieb was a writer for The Odd Couple, and he and Steven Spielberg had gone to college together. And he said, Steven, you really want me to write a movie about a shark? And he said, no, I want you to write a family movie that just happens to have a shark in it. And he lightened up the script because Peter Benchley's the reporter in the movie. There's a scene on the beach. That's Peter Benchley, actually. And
okay.
He wrote the original hit novel, but he based it, as many writers do, point by point, beat by beat, based on his original novel. He made the screenplay, but Steven didn't feel it was working. So he brought in somebody to lighten the damn thing up. And you don't think of Jaws lightened up, but there are a lot of really funny fucking moments because, again, there's such a narrow line between scare and laughter.
Yes, and there's a lot of movies that prove being scared while you're laughing at the same time is very possible and really cool.
Thanks for listening to the bonus content. Until next time, be good.